Hi and welcome to Fun Swedish. The Swedish summer is here. Great time to walk around and... Wait, what? What is that Swede doing? And that one. The Swedes have some very weird activities that they like to do during summer. And in this video we will talk about 5 of them. Number 1. Kubb. Kubb is a classic game that you might see Swedes playing in the park. Because you need a gräsmatta, a grass carpet. This is how we call this thing in Swedish. You have 2 teams and each team has some trä pieces. Trä is our word for wood, which makes totally sense because you can find trä in träd. But back to Kubb. The objective is to knock over some wooden blocks, called kubbar, by throwing wooden batons, called kastpinnar, at them. Some people say that it's a little bit like bowling, but with things made of wood. But there's some rules on how you can and cannot throw the pins. In the middle sits kungen, and you have to be very careful to not knock over this one too early, because if you do that, then you lose. But if you have already knocked out all of the opponent's kubbar, then you have to get the king to win. The game can take everything from 5 minutes to 1 hour, depending on how drunk people are and how much time they have spent under the sun. They say that this game is very old and was played by the Vikings. Therefore, some people call it Viking chess. Number 2. Brembol, burning ball. This game is also super popular in summer in public parks. When you hear the name Brembol, some people might think that we're talking about dodgeball, but it's not. Brembol is a bat and ball game. So if you see it in a park, you might initially think that Swedes are playing baseball, but no. And if you look closer, you might think that it looks like cricket. Wrong again. Brembol is its own thing, but it's kind of a mix between baseball and cricket, but with Swedish rules. The name Brembol comes from the act of catching a player between 2 bases at the end of the battle run, referred to as burning or bränd in Swedish, the equivalent of being a run out in cricket or out in baseball. In order to play this game, you need the following things: ett spelfält, the playing field, 2 lag, 2 teams that alternate between being ett innelag and ett utelag, the in team or the hitters, and the out team, the catcher. You also need en boll, a ball. Normally we use a tennis ball. En brännplatta, the outing base. Koner, 2 brännbollsracket, ett runt och ett platt. Yes, here you can choose. You can go for the regular baseball bat or a paddle-like bat, similar to a cricket bat. And the latter one is famous in Brambol for being used by, let's say, the least experienced ones. However, when I grew up in the 90s in Sweden, we weren't so politically correct, and we actually call this ett tjejracket, the bat for girls. I hope it's still not called like this nowadays. And you can choose to switch your bat from one type to another in the middle of your turn. And just like baseball, you can hit a home run. You need to run around after hitting a ball with a stick and so forth. You can also strike out after missing the ball 3 times. However, the special thing with Brambol is that nobody throws the ball at you. Instead, you throw it yourself, which would make missing it 3 times extra embarrassing.
Are you not embarrassed? This is really embarrassing.
And another thing that would be really embarrassing is if you're not subscribed to our channel yet. And also if you haven't pressed that like button already. Number 3. Åka rullskidor. Most Swedes love the summer, but some not so much. And these Swedes can't wait until it's winter again.
What?
They miss skiing and the snow, and that's why they do rullskidor. This is probably the most weird looking thing that you might see a Swede do out in the wild. Skidor is our word for skis, and rulla is like roll. So rullskidor are these skis with wheels on them. In most cases, you can see Swedes with rullskidor if they're preparing for a very classic Swedish event, Vasaloppet. They come in all shapes and sizes, and those who take it very seriously can be seen in matching spandex. How they are not getting värmeslag is a mystery. Number 4. Bada. Sweden is full of water all over it. Sjöar, åar och hav, which makes it a perfect place to bada. Bada is a lot like the English word bathing, but not bathing in the shower to become clean, but bathing more like going for a swim. We also have the word simma in Swedish, but we use this more when we're talking about the activity, the exercise kind of swimming. Now some of you who come from warmer places might think that the water here in Sweden is too cold for bada. Or maybe you just don't like to bada in general. Then some Swedes might call you en badkruka, which literally translates to bath pot. A bit weird, I know, but that's how we call a person that don't like to bada. Or a way to say that you are a coward for not going inside the water. In any case, bada is a very popular activity here in Sweden during summer, and that's why we're going to teach you some very useful bada vocabulary. Don't forget your badkläder, bathing clothes, ett hopptorn, literally jumping tower, a kind of diving platform, and badbrygga, a small dock that kind of show you that you are in a place that is very good for bada, and badflotte, a little small floating platform that we sometimes have in very popular badställen. And then we have come to number 5. The last very weird thing you might see Swedes doing is dancing like a frog. But we don't do this every day. We mostly do this during midsummer celebrations. Then we dance around a suggestive looking pole. And if you happen to be there while they're playing the song Små grodorna, then you will see a lot of Swedes dancing like frogs. And if you want to know more about Swedish midsummer and what to expect, then you should check out this video that we made about it. And if you're looking to improve your Swedish even more, maybe even during the summer, then you should check out our video courses so that you can learn Swedish and Swedish culture in a fun way. During this summer month, using this code Sommar22, then you could get any of our video courses with a 15% discount. Check them out. The link is up here and in the description below. So, if you have experienced any of these Swedish summer activities, let us know in the comment section below. Hej då!